Now, amid protests like what you're seeing over here, the government has actually defended the steep hike in railway and freight fares, stating that the revision was long overdue as the last hike took place around 11 years ago and a heavy subsidy burden was unsustainable in the wake of soaring costs. Now, while passengers travelling by suburban and short-haul trains account for about 52% of the traffic, their share in total passenger revenues was about just 6 to 7%. This segment accounted for around 60% of the annual subsidy of 26,000 crores. Now, this is what top-ranking officials in the Indian Railways have stated. Well, it was absolute chaos on the streets of Bihar. Several students staged an angry protest as they vandalized everything in their sights. They were protesting against the alleged negligence of officials, which led to the death of a student due to electrocution. In fact, absolute chaos over there on the streets of Bihar. Several students have staged an angry protest as they've vandalized everything in their sights. Now, they were protesting because of that, due to the alleged negligence of officials. It's led to the death of a student due to electrocution. Well, for more on this, I'm joined in by my colleague Nishchita. Nishchita, how exactly was he electrocuted?
Well, we understand that the victim has been identified as Suraj Kumar. He was a 9th standard student. He was a resident of Supol but was in Saharasa. He was studying in Saharasa. And he was on his way to tuitions this morning when he came in contact with an open and unattended high-tension wire, and immediately that proved doom for him. He breathed his last immediately because of the high-tension wire coming in contact with him. But once his friends as well as other students realized what had happened, they were extremely angry with the developments, and they took to the streets and they shouted slogans against the electricity department officials, accusing them of negligence, claiming that it is their negligence that has gone on to claim the life of an innocent 9th standard student. A promising teenager has lost his life because of they barged into the power grid office and they vandalized the entire office. They vandalized the power grid as well. They even went down to attack a few of the electricity department officials. Not just that, the police officials who had come in to restore calm also had to face the ire of the angry mob as stones were pelted at them. And as we can see on our television screens, the entire area has been inundated thanks to the rains that have been striking Bihar in the last few days, Nolan. And that's the reason that one wrongly placed high-tension wire led to the death of the rains. Many of these wires have stopped functioning. Many transformer bursts have been reported, but we understand that people are extremely unhappy with the way the electricity department has responded in Bihar to the matter. Now, escalating the issue further, they went into the railway station where the Supol passenger train was stationed there, and they set fire to the Supol passenger train. We can see the extent of damage on our television screens. The entire bogie has been set ablaze. The fire department officials have come in. They have managed to control the fire, is what we understand at the moment, after several hours of work. But the police officials at the end of the day had to use a little bit of a force, had to use mild force to disperse the protesters, as it only seemed like it was getting out of hand, Nolan.
Now, Nishita, what information are we getting? Whether the situation has been brought under control by the police or it's still mayhem over there?
Well, We understand that for now the police officials have brought it under control as they had to use mild force for the same. Initially when they came in, they had to face the ire of the mob. They were pelted stones at, they were chased away. The angry students in fact decided to vent out their frustration on not only the electricity department officials but also the police officials. So at this point in time we understand that the situation is fairly calm, but the police leaving nothing to chance, and hence they're all stationed on the streets of Saharasa, and they're ensuring that no untoward incident takes place or nothing worse happens from here onwards, Nolan.
Right, Nishita, thank you very much for all that. Well, you can clearly see over there mayhem on the streets, but my colleague states that the police have sort of brought the situation under control. Now, all this happened because a 9th standard student studying in this particular area in Bihar came in contact with an open, unattended high-tension wire this morning. Once his friends, students and other people got to know about this, they were angry. They told that they started shouting slogans. They went and vandalized the power grid office, assaulted people, and the police came there to calm tension, so bring the situation under control. They also had to face the ire of the students. The students pelted stones at them. Now we're told that the police had to use mild force in order to bring the situation back to normalcy. Now, as scheduled, the BMC officials reached the Campa Cola Society this morning, and as promised, the residents let them enter the complex after a standoff of over 3 long days. The BMC officials disconnected power supply to the illegal flats as part of the eviction process. They will also scrap utilities like water connection. But the residents asserted that they would not hand over the keys of their apartments to the BMC officials. Now you can clearly see over here the authorities from the BMC cutting power supply to the illegal flats. Now, the change of stand on part of the Campa Cola residents who had been resisting the authorities since Friday came after their meeting with the Chief Minister. Now, the Chief Minister has asked them to comply with the law. Now, even though the residents have allowed the BMC officials to go ahead with this, they have asserted that they would not hand over the keys to the apartments to the BMC officials. Now, last year in June, the Supreme Court had ordered families in nearly 100 flats across 35 illegal floors in the compound located in this apartment complex in South Mumbai to vacate the building by May. But the residents stayed put and did not hand over the keys by June 12, the stipulated date. Now, Preeti Zinta, who had lodged a complaint against Neswadia, arrived from the United States on Sunday. She is not expected to give her statement to the Marine Drive police. Sources said that she will not visit the police station either. The police are keen to record her statement soon and are likely to do it a day later. But they have not revealed where they will record her statement. The police can record a female complainant's statement at her own residence. Neswadia could be arrested if Preeti Zinta's statement is corroborated with that of witnesses and if they collect enough evidence. Preeti Zinta has accused her former boyfriend and industrialist Neswadia of manhandling, abusing and also threatening her. Now, the 39-year-old actress who had left India soon after filing an FIR against Neswadia on the 12th of June arrived at the Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport on Sunday afternoon but refused to speak to waiting media persons. Now, later on in her Facebook post, she wrote, and to quote her, "Exhausted but happy to finally be back home in Mumbai. I would like to apologize to the media, but it will not be possible for me to make any comments or statements as this investigation is still on. Please cooperate and please don't call my staff or friends non-stop as they have requested me to make this appeal to you all on their behalf," unquote. Now, the Deputy Police Commissioner, Ravindra Shiswe, who is supervising the probe, had to say this, that as she has arrived in Mumbai, her statement would be recorded soon. However, another officer privy to the probe stated that the actress's supplementary statement would be recorded either today. Well, it looks like in all probability this will happen tomorrow. Now, the police apparently want to record Preeti Zinta's detailed statement, as the CCTV footages obtained by them do not contain the alleged spat between the two. Now, investigators have indicated that Neswadia would be called for questioning only after recording Preeti Zinta's statement. Now, Preeti Zinta and Neswadia had broken off their 5-year-long relationship a couple of years ago, but continued to share business interest. Now, Union Minister Venkaiah Naidu today took a ride on the Delhi Metro. He said that efforts will be made to popularize the service, make it more viable and reduce travel costs. The Urban Development Minister lauded the Delhi Metro Rail Corporation for maintenance and organization of the entire system. But strangely, it seems that the minister noticed the metro first in Bengaluru. In fact, let's now listen to what the Union Minister had to say.
Today, I have visited Delhi Metro. I have alighted at International Airport station. Then I have reached that Shivaji Stadium station, Connaught Place, to reach my house. And I feel this is a best way of transport for people who want to reach early and who want to reach comfortably. This metro or metros across the country are symbols of our modern India. Our people have got all the capacity and caliber. If we give them proper encouragement and opportunity, they can do wonders. That's what they have proved. And I am very happy about this metro rail system in the country. The other day I have seen in Bangalore. I felt very happy. Today I am here in Delhi. I also feel very happy about the entire maintenance and also the organization of this DMRC transport service.
Well, Union Minister Venkaiah Naidu over there, after reaching Delhi at the airport, he took a ride on the metro to reach his home, which is located in Connaught Place. And he clearly states that he found it much more comfortable, faster, and he hopes that people use it in large numbers. And it's also the symbol of modern India. However, what's pretty interesting is that it seems that the minister noticed the metro first right here in Bengaluru.